Hi, I'm Shein Shanin and this is the Budget Highlights. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak delivered the national budget for 2016 today, aimed at aiding the less well-off while supporting economic growth. Here are some key takeaways. Najib is looking to allocate about 267 billion ringgit this time around, up 6.5 billion than in 2015. Of this amount, 215 billion ringgit will go to operating expenditure. 49 billion ringgit is for development expenditure, while 70.5 billion will be set aside for emoluments. Revenues are expected to increase to 225.7 billion ringgit next year, 14% of which will come from oil and gas. Najib also wants to bring down fiscal deficit to 3.2% this year and 3.1% in 2016. He is predicting economic growth of 4.0 to 5% next year, not that far from the 4.5 to 5% forecast for 2015. Now, in order to help the poorer households, Putrajaya is going to take from the rich. This means higher taxes, which will help fund measures to boost consumption and investment. Najib announced today that those earning 600,000 ringgit and above per annum will be paying more if Budget 2016 is approved. Those making 600,000 to 1 million ringgit will be taxed at 26%, while those earning above the 1 million mark will be taxed at 28%. Previously, the two groups were taxed at 25%. No changes in corporate tax were announced. On to measures announced for the other end of the income scale. The government wants to raise the monthly minimum wage in Peninsular Malaysia to 1,000 ringgit effective July 2016. That's up 100 ringgit from 900 ringgit. It's hiking the monthly minimum wage in Sabah, Sarawak and Labuan to 920 ringgit from 800 ringgit. The wage increase will affect workers in all sectors except for domestic helpers. The minimum starting salary in the civil service will be set at 1,200 ringgit a month, also from July 2016. This is set to benefit 60,000 civil servants. Over 1.5 million civil servants will also be getting an annual increment based on their grades. The move will cost the government 1.1 billion ringgit. The minimum pension rate for pensioners will be set at 950 ringgit a month. This will affect 50,000 retirees with at least 25 years of service in the government. Putrajaya is also increasing the number of items on its list of zero-rated GST goods. This will take effect on January 1st. Among others, the government is adding all types of medicines for non-communicable diseases. Also on the list, all types of controlled medicines under the poisons list group A, B, C and D, and medicines for illnesses like cancer, hypertension and heart disease. Also included food items like soybean and organic milk for infants. Meanwhile, the government will be upping Brim Cash handouts by 50 ringgit per recipient. It is setting aside 5.9 billion ringgit for the scheme, which will be extended to about 4.7 million households and 2.7 million individuals. Households with a monthly income of 3,000 ringgit and below will get 1,000 ringgit. Middle-income households earning between 3,001 and 4,000 ringgit will be getting 800 ringgit. Single individuals aged 21 and above earning 2,000 ringgit and below a month will be entitled to 400 ringgit. The scheme will also be extended for the first time to participants in the e-Kasih database who earn less than 1,000 ringgit a month. They will receive 1,050 ringgit. Brim is a relatively new populist measure introduced in recent years. It is aimed at aiding low-income households which are struggling with the rising cost of living. In the first 9 months of 2015, the Consumer Price Index has risen nearly 2% year over year. It's lower than projected due to the decline in fuel prices, but it is expected to pick up next year to between 2 to 3%. There are 2.7 million households in the bottom 40% household income group. These have a mean monthly household income of about 2,500 ringgit. According to OCBC economist Welian Wiranto, only 1 in 10 Malaysians earn enough to pay income tax. Najib also announced a raft of measures aimed at making housing more affordable. This as home prices spiral out of reach for first-time buyers. Putrajaya wants to allocate 1.6 billion ringgit to build 175,000 Prima houses. These will be sold at a 20% discount to the market price. It's also got other plans. Among others, it wants to build more One Malaysia people-friendly homes and put aside 200 million ringgit to help first-time buyers. It's also looking at aiding the Orang Asli community. Reviving abandoned housing projects is also one of its priorities. In the first half of 2015, the average price of homes hit the 300,000 ringgit mark. In 2014, median house prices hit 242,000 ringgit. That already exceeds the median annual household income of about 55,000 ringgit by 4.4 times. The global norm, in comparison, is 3 times. The most expensive homes are in Selangor, Penang, Sabah and Sarawak, where prices have exceeded the average price tag for houses since 2004. And that's a wrap for today's Budget Highlights. I am Shein Shanin. Thanks so much for watching and good night.